Now, anyone who knows the behavior of this breath can prolong life. I'm going to give you a hint. How can you work hard for a long time, not get tired? And how can you prolong your life, which is the practice that anyone can do in the world without any teacher? This is my subject matter today, and then I'll go ahead. Breathing exercises do directly scientifically affect the motion of lungs. If you monitor the motion of lungs, you come to know that shallow breath will change the motion of lungs. Now see, if I am doing it in agony, the graph will be different. If I am jogging, the graph will be different. You see? Now, when I am doing this, what is happening to the heart? I will explain to you. This shallow breathing, fast breathing, unnatural breathing in abnormal condition is disturbing the motion of lungs, which is disturbing the right vagus nerve too. Right vagus nerve has something to do with our digestion. So when digestive tract is affected, immediately you feel like going to bathroom. So you'll find anyone who is too much emotional will find wants to go to bathroom. If it is serious, then bigger bathroom. If it is less, then little bathroom. You see. Why? Because right vagus nerve is disturbed. Its function is disturbed. What is disturbed? Not only that. When motion of lungs are disturbed, they are not disturbed when you are doing exercise because you are doing it under your conscious control. But if you form the habit of shallow breath, it is not exercise, it's injurious. It is preparing to have heart attack because you are constantly disturbing the pumping station that pumps blood to the brain. You have only 2.5 to 3 minutes reserve oxygen in your brain. If you go beyond this capacity, you can die. But the yogis can live for many, many years and months because they know how to slow down the metabolism, how to give rest to that particular part of the body which has got subtle muscles, involuntary system. We demonstrated it now that there is nothing like involuntary system. It can be brought under voluntary control because of the breath. But look here, if you say, is it a spiritual exercise? According to me, it is not. It is a preparation for higher rung. You see, if you do not allow me to go outside, how can I go to the kitchen and eat? If your body creates obstacle for you, you cannot meditate. If your breath creates obstacle for you, you cannot deal with your mind. Though it is not a spiritual exercise, but it is a must, auxiliary, important exercise. There are many, many exercises. In advanced stage, you can do the exercises which are very difficult. I'm not going to mention and waste your time, but those which are useful exercise. First useful exercise is deep diaphragmatic breath. You don't say your diaphragm. The healthiest muscle in your body is your diaphragm. You can move grand piano with the help of your diaphragmatic muscle. It's so strong. Even the weakest person's diaphragm is very strong. But it becomes inactive. It loses its capacity when it is not used. You don't allow your finger to be used for 1 year, you know what happened? You will find difficulty to do this. Therefore, the function of diaphragm should be understood by the students, aspirants properly. When you push in your abdomen, it pushes in your diaphragm. And then that diaphragm pushes in your lungs. What are the lungs? Oh, if you spread your lungs, all the tissues of the lungs, do you know how much will it? At least 35 miles. You can spread it in 35 miles length. So many tissues. If you gather them together, they can be kept in a cage. The lungs are the storehouse, warehouse of exchange, where carbon dioxide and oxygen is exchanged. You are inhaling, this is going to the lungs, and you are working, and wherever it is needed, the oxygen is going to that particular part, being consumed, and the burn up part rushes back to the lungs. So this is inhalation of the oxygen, and this is exhalation of that. Now, you can disturb the motion of your lungs and disturb your health. You take care of your food so much, it's very good. You are becoming aware of nutritious food. So once Dr. Green went to the director of Mr. Menninger, Karl Menninger, who is German, and he started talking about diet. You know what did he say? You are a diet nut. You are depriving me of my hamburger. But once you become aware of this, that is not enough. Most important food, if you really want to know, is pranas. You can live without food for many days. You cannot live without prana, even for many minutes. So, one point. How to regulate the motion of lungs means how to have the lungs to expel the carbon dioxide and to inhale, to take in the energy. Input and output should be regulated. For that purpose, to keep the motion of lungs regulated, you learn the exercises. Respiratory system, medically, scientifically, controls all other systems. If respiratory system fails, other system cannot survive. No system in the body. You see. Therefore, it is important for you to understand. So, first purpose is, if you do not exhale and keep the motion of lungs regulated, keep balance between exhalation and inhalation to expel, if you cannot expel carbon dioxide, and you see, if you cannot inhale enough oxygen, what is going to happen? The toxins will be built in your body and will create many, many problems. You can never think properly. Your thinking will be always clouded. This is one of the reasons that many people cannot concentrate and think well. Therefore, any method which does not include pranayama system is considered to be incomplete.